Game sucks! Come out wherever you are.
What am I supposed to do? You won't answer my calls. You changed your number. I'm not going to be ignored.
I can see you're really upset about this.
Because I am not one of your fans!
Indictment. Indictment.
Oh, you're gonna die, you motherfucker! You're gonna die! Filthy, infected animal! Blaster with the fucking space lasers!
Thanks, Diane.
The price is wrong, bitch. know the truth.
How about new? Holy Jesus.
You're being very undude.
From Metro Detroit, this is HBL Radio Nation. Yes, it is. It is very much. I am Brian P. Gallagher.
And I'm Diane Russell.
And it's a little muggy out there today, Diane.
I know.
So we better take our mug shots to start
ready?
with. There. Okay, so there's your starting mug shot. Everybody's getting their mug shots done today, nowadays. It's a whole big thing. Okay, I'm ready to do mine. Ready? Okay, so there's
What's
mine.
it say? Big D. I can't see the rest of it. IQ in.
BTE 10IN.
Oh. Big D energy. I thought it said IQ in.
No. 10IN. Yeah. So we've got so much to go through. Oh, yeah, my jokes always work. But you know what is going to work is that we have a little bit of an extended celebration tonight. We are having a great time tonight because we've got a little something that's going on after the show that we are going to be doing an extended after show on. We're going to be coming to you live from right here while the Cheeto Dusted one gets booked, gets
Cheeto does
fingerprints
chewing on her
done, and
grandpa
gets his
poopy pants.
mugshot.
But his would say
Taken.
LDE, little dick energy.
NDE, probably.
No dick energy.
At this
wait,
point,
no,
yeah.
MDE, mushroom dick energy.
No. P apostrophe
We should have
SDE.
called the
Putin's
episode.
dick energy.
We should have called the episode Mushroom Dick Energy.
Mushroom dick energy. There you go.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And there's so much going on. So much going on. Those of you, I'm sure that everybody watches the show. Hi, everybody. I haven't logged in yet. I'm sorry, but I'm assuming that some of the regulars are out there. And hi, Kat, John, Def, and all them.
Yeah, Kat, John, Def,
everybody.
Paul.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you for joining. I'm sure all of
Everybody
you have heard
smash the like
about Putin and Putin's buddy, wink, wink, who. Tried to overthrow Putin, it seemed, a little bit there with the Wagner Group and Prigozhin. And he goes down. It turns out that sometimes this particular model of plane, the wing will...
projectile off the body of the airplane.
It will remove itself from the situation so as to not get in the way of aerodynamics.
Somebody said, I didn't know airplanes could fall out of windows.
It's an advanced feature. Yes. Yes. That's great.
I didn't know airplanes could fall out of windows.
And yet somehow they did. Yeah. The wing just decided to disappear 30 minutes
you see that motherfucker just
into
went
the flight. On that way down,
it wasn't like this or anything.
No.
Like that. No.
That was a death spiral. Everybody inside was already dead from the G-forces.
Oh, I'm sure.
Their heads were already probably splattered
from
open.
Moscow to St. Petersburg.
And I was laughing just as we were coming on, just seconds before we hit that drop that tells us that we're going live.
Yeah.
I read this and laughed out loud, and I read it out loud, and Diane laughed out loud too. Putin sends condolences to family of Wagner mercenary chief Prigozhin after plane crash. I am so sorry that I killed your man.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to shoot a rocket in the sky and kill my number 2 guy.
We have room in
And,
coal
like,
mines for you. You will be taken care of.
Yeah, I can't do an accent. But I can pretend I'm in the mafia with my shades on like this.
Yes.
Okay, we're mafioso today.
Hey, for the last fucking time, he's Tony,
Okay, now
I'm
I can
Antony,
do
and
that.
he's Tone, all right?
Okay, yeah.
Rico Suave.
And I'm Diana, the goddess of war.
Jesus fucking Christ with that Diana over there. You know, she's always talking that shit. She's
I'm the
always
goddess of
talking,
war.
always going, that Diana.
I'm the goddess of war, and I'm gonna come after you.
Well, do it live.
What do we
Fuck
got
it.
over
Do it
here?
live. I can
You know, one of my-
it, and we'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Fuck
One of
it.
my
We're
favorite
gonna do it
things
live.
that I read this week, because we need some
Fucking thing
a lot more
sucks.
good news
God
today. If we
damn.
didn't have the great news of the after show today, we needed some other good news, and here it is. I'm throwing it at
I
you.
don't even know if we're gonna do an after show.
NFT prices are falling. What do you mean? Don't know if we're doing an after show? Of course,
Well,
we're doing an
I
after
think
show.
we're just
That's
gonna
when
continue.
That's when he's going.
I don't know if we're gonna do an after show per se. I think we're just gonna continue.
We're gonna
We're
go
gonna do
longer.
an extra long show.
Ooh. We're
That's
gonna
what
make it
I
extra
think.
long for
Well,
everybody
I
out
don't
there.
know
today.
unless everybody need. Thanks, Diane.
Nice, Diane.
Nice, Diane.
Nice,
Hal
Diane.
Sparks. Oh,
Yes.
that's Hal Sparks saying
It's Hal
my
Sparks
name. Ooh.
talking specifically
Makes me all
about
feel
this Diane.
fuzzy
How about
Making
inside.
her all tingly. Hal's making her tingle in her nose spot right now.
Oh my
so
God! Okay.
We're going to move on and talk about
So,
how
wait, hold
NFT
on.
prices are falling.
Okay.
Rocket.
NFT.
Rock
this
falling.
is like fucking
Non-fungible tokens, the trading cards,
trading card, Trump
and
trading
more,
cards.
and more. Not just the Trump stuff. All the shit that they started
not
off with.
real.
NFTs that they started
It's
off with.
fake.
That Bieber was pushing and all this kind of stuff. People
It's
were buying for $1 million. It doesn't really translate into how you can somehow profit from it. And suddenly everybody figured that out. And the profits are just tanking. The prices on these things
People, it's fake.
have gone
Don't
just
put your money in this
through the
horse
basement.
shit.
It's terrible. We told you it was a bad idea to begin with.
Money is money. Just
It's
stop
always going to be a bad
with the
idea.
Bitcoin
Non-fungible
and the
tokens are
fucking-
non-fungible. They don't have anything
No.
in reality. Okay, so
It's
steer clear of
poof
that.
in the air.
As my grandfather would say, if you can't fucking own it, if you can't fucking hold it, you can't fucking own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it
Well,
was.
there's makes a lot. That
Cheeto
makes a lot.
chop. Cheeto chop.
I'm trying to adjust.
And we
my
talked
mind.
about Prigozhin being killed. I talked about a couple things
Oh
on
my
my
God,
list. Let's
well-
talk about something on your list.
when the whole Prigozhin thing came out. I was
What you got, Diana?
I was like, yeah, oh yeah, Putin shot him down. There's
Yeah,
no
but you know these
question
fucking guys like, hey,
whether or not this
fuck off,
was
you know?
his execution
gonna die,
2
you
months to the
motherfucker!
day,
You're
and
gonna die!
coincidentally on the day that the Republicans, have their debate, like just to scare them into
It's this
don't
fucking guy.
don't say anything about Russia at your debate today, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because
They got
I
away
might
from all
shoot
that at
your
their debate.
fucking airplane down.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was a big. Not only
It's funny because theater lost playing wing somehow,
I
and
don't
theater
know,
went
I
up in
just-
smoke.
I felt like it was connected somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. There's a connection.
A subway bus is going to fall out of a window next.
Yeah, then how do airplanes fall out of windows? I don't know. All of a sudden they do, and they're
Yeah.
shot down in between Moscow and St. Petersburg. Just suddenly, like, let's blame it on everybody else.
There is
except for
a lot of things that could take wing off
Putin.
in that time. There is there is Putin. There is
it's so
bear.
dumb. It's so
There is
dumb.
bear.
No, I really
thank
felt
you
like
for flying on
I
Russian
just
Airlines
really felt
today.
like, wow, if this is not a message to the Republican Party to stay in line, because we have whatever Trump had on you, now we have it.
I think that some people are actually going to start thinking a little bit about it, because now you have like the reality of, oh, wait a minute, the guy that we've been talking up just to get over on the other side just to get one over on the other side, just to get them riled up. We're talking up about Putin, but as it turns out, Putin really is that fucking nasty.
No, we have to remember, where did Trump learn to put video cameras in every fucking room in his fucking hotels?
Epstein.
Where did fucking Epstein learn how to put all fucking rooms in all his fucking...
Ghislaine's dad.
Where did he learn it?
From Moscow.
From Moscow.
All comes back to Moscow. Within 5 Ys, it goes back to Moscow.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Moscow and Putin have become the, what's the actor's name? 6 Degrees of Separation of Moscow.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Moscow is Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees of separation.
We're not saying Kevin
of
Bacon
Moscow.
himself is the city of Moscow
think I have to write
or the
that
Kremlin
down.
itself.
6 degrees.
We are, however, saying that everything is 6 degrees of the Kremlin. 6 degrees of the Kremlin, not of Moscow, because there are some,
Well, the Kremlin.
the people. You have to remember that
How
the
about
people that
just-
live in
how about
Moscow
just Putin?
probably hate Putin as much as we do.
How about
They
just
just can't
Putin?
say it or they'll die.
6 degrees of separation.
6 degrees of the
Putin.
Kremlin. Yeah.
Putin.
Well,
Putin has his thumb on everything in that fucking place. I'm trying not to
Putin with this fucking Putin,
Putin,
guy.
fucking- pussy Putin.
Diana's
The
talking about that
fucking-
Putin
God
guy
damn it,
again.
motherfucking
Thing sucks.
It's getting all
I am
riled up
Italian.
here.
I am Italian, so I do have
Do
that
it
side.
live. Fuck it.
Jesus
Do it live.
Better watch
Christ
out.
over
I'll write it
here.
and we'll
Better
do it
watch out.
live.
This thing here.
I'm protected.
Yeah.
Negative.
Think I'm gonna barf.
Diana had that one slutty cousin who never let a day go by. Hey.
All right. You want to know where we started the week?
Perfect timing, Tony.
This is where we started the week.
Yes.
We started the week with Trump requesting a trial date in April of 2026.
26. Yes.
Then the Chiron.
And
the
then-
Chiron. Wait, hold on. The Chiron on MSNBC said Trump requests
Ridiculous.
April 2026 trial date, not a typo.
Yes,
In
that's right. Not a
parentheses.
typo. They had to put that
Not
in
a
there. Yeah.
typo in parentheses. And I was like,
How about
oh,
That's like saying,
my God.
No fucking shit. They're really putting that in there.
That was a Chiron.
Yeah.
And
How about new?
like, I gotta write this shit down,
How
motherfucker.
about new?
Really? Not a typo.
Nice.
How about new?
And
Wow.
And who was it Eastman who said that he wanted a faster trial than they were
No,
willing
that's
to do?
Cheese Bro.
Cheese bro. Cheese
Cheese
bro.
Bro. And
Cheese bro.
Cheese Bro. But it was Meadows and Clark
Cheese Bro
that
chop.
wanted to move it to federal court.
Yeah.
And they got denied today by the judge.
Yes, they did. Everybody's been denied. Everybody's been denied. Mark Meadows got denied.
Motherfucker.
They got
And
denied.
there is a rule of law, and there is justice in this country, and I feel like it's coming.
Yeah.
Like I feel
Don't
it.
be such
Like,
a fool.
You feel like you're about to break into that one intro from the Jay Giles band.
I feel justice coming. Lord have mercy.
Justice comes
feel
once,
so
and when it
good.
comes, you gotta get it fast.
Oh, and then
Baby, I said I busted.
yeah. Who the fuck said that? Computer. Let me climb up the
What's the
ladder
name of that chick with the
now.
long hair? Rapunzel. Hey, Rapunzel. Reputa. Hey, Reputa.
Reputa the Buta.
Hey, Reputa the Buta.
The chick with the long blonde hair.
Wubba Gubba talking to you.
After
I
that,
look way up into
Hold
her
on.
green mascara.
Right after that, we found out that Trump canceled his Monday truth thing where he was going to say, "Oh my God, here's
Last
all
week,
the,"
we talked about it. Yeah.
and well, yeah,
we
had
predicted
to.
it.
He
We
had
predicted that he was going to cancel this thing. We knew that he was going to cancel this
Had
thing if he
to.
wanted any legal leg. We said everywhere, because we said it would be political and legal suicide. He backed out. He listened to us. So
No,
he listens to this
finally
show.
listened to his fucking lawyers who said
His
you better
lawyers
shut
listen
your
to this show
fucking
because they
mouth.
know where to listen to the truth.
You're gonna get in more motherfucking trouble. You idiot.
Yeah, this guy
Go
is just
ahead,
like
don't listen to us. We don't care. We
I
don't
heard
care.
a surfer pulled a knife on Mr. Hunt.
Oh, so I
Bud, what's
you
your
know
problem?
there's
he
there's
just called him an
people
asshole.
on the left that are kind of opposed, and I, listen to a lot of them. And some say he's going to prison. Some say he's never going to see a day in a jail cell. Now, you and I have a bet. And I think either way, he's going to see inside of a jail cell. Whether, I don't care if it's like 6 months, a year, whatever. Like, I don't care. More than 6 hours, more than 12 hours, more than
price
a
is
week,
wrong, bitch.
right? More than a month. He's facing literally 720 years in prison with all the fucking charges against him right now.
Yes.
So, where do you land on this? I mean, do you still feel like...
We have the opposite of the tagline for Alien versus Predator, which was, whoever wins, we lose. In the opposite here, whoever loses, we win. Whoever gets him to go to jail, we win. He's going to jail. He is not going to get away with what he's done without having to go to jail.
Wait, hold
Even
on.
if it's
in my opinion, if he doesn't go to jail, if there are no consequences, then we don't live in a democracy anymore.
Keep in mind, it's going to be Martha Stewart jail, right?
I don't give two shits.
Yeah.
If he does not face consequences and go to fucking jail for what he's done,
Yeah.
we no longer have a fucking democracy.
Hey!
What they told you.
I will have to bring out my
You started
Louis
getting on.
Armstrong.
You started getting in there. I totally agree. He has to. He has to do some
We
jail
don't
time.
live in a democracy
But we
anymore
know
if he
it's
doesn't
never
face
going to be
fucking
any
shit.
longer than the Democrats can hold power. Because once a Republican gets
No.
in power, they're
Not
going
for
to.
state crimes, motherfucker.
Yeah, you are right there. Yeah. You are right. Thank you for that reminder. Thank you. That is right. You are correct. I am missing on that one. Yeah.
I ain't no fucking attorney, but I know the
Hey,
law.
don't fucking talk shit to Diana. She knows her shit, all right?
You know.
All right, back that shit up. She knows what she's fucking talking
shit.
about over here.
You're being very undude.
I'm being very dude.
Jesus Christ.
And so
over
wait a
here.
minute. How can these motherfuckers still back a dude who's got 91 felony fucking counts against him? How can you? This is
You'd almost have to
Watergate
understand the mafia to
times
know
a
that.
million. How can you still back a dude? We've got
You'd have
people-
to understand the mafia, and you're Italian. You don't understand the mafia.
It's a cult. It's not even the mafia. Because even the,
He's no.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Yeah.
as far as I know, my family was not in the mafia. But
As far as I know, my
I will tell
family
you
wasn't
a
in the
story
IRA.
off air.
Now we both said some shit
I've
on the
already
air.
told you a story off air. Okay. So anyway, no. How can you still rally behind a dude who has been prosecuted in 3 states and the District of Columbia for 91 fucking counts, and he's still the goddamn front runner for the fucking Republican Party?
Because he hates
That
blacks
is
the way they do.
because it's a cult.
Because he hates blacks the way you
It's
do.
a cult.
He hates, what? Not you, but the person that you're talking about. How can you vote for this guy? How can you support this guy? It's because he hates blacks the way that you does. It's because he hates browns the way that you does. Because he hates foreigners the way that you does. And he wants to blame it all on them coming in here and ruining everything. When they're not the ones who ruined everything, the people who are here ruined everything. Diversity makes everything better, and bringing people into this country makes it better.
I know.
That's where we're in
And
agreement.
they hate it.
And they can't
hate
get that,
it.
and they can't because they're scared.
Well, they think.
'Cause they're
Okay, I
scared.
know. This is again.
They think they're being
No,
replaced.
wait, no.
Yeah.
I've heard this 1,000 times. They think that when the brown people and whatever replace them, they will take over and they will treat them like do you know what I mean? They treated them.
One day, my blue brethren
But
and I
guess
will
what?
rise up.
It won't happen.
Yeah.
It won't happen. Everybody wants peace and love and fucking.
Everybody wants to get
understanding.
along and move forward. Everybody wants their jetpacks and
yeah.
food pills, and we're not
We're
going to
not
get
gonna
that
be-
if these assholes are holding us back with this racist
And
bullshit.
how about, guess what? This is not a witch
Sorry.
hunt. It's not a hoax. It's not a fucking this. It's not a fucking that. It's a motherfuckers being held accountable for committing fucking crimes against the United States of America. Fuck and you.
That's exactly what these
Enough.
indictments are about.
Yeah, well, that's what I
It's
mean.
about
But they're
breaking
like,
laws.
You're attacking, my freedom of speech. Your freedom of speech does not include inciting violence, fucko.
The famous phrase that I'm reminded of is, your freedom to swing your arms stops at the tip of my nose. That means you're not allowed to swing your arms so hard that you hit me in the face and do damage to me. The second that happens, now you have infringed
You've
on my
crossed-
freedom.
Yeah.
So we have this
These
freedom to a limit.
motherfuckers-
Freedom is not
Hold on.
unlimited on
In
anything.
Tennessee, this is a story that went fucking right under the radar. In Tennessee, the women, the mothers of the kids who were slain in that Tennessee shooting
Yes.
were taken out of the public hearing
Right.
for holding little 8x10 cards saying,
One held a big
I'm a-
sign that said, any kid greater than every gun. And I love that.
yeah. And
I
they
support
got
that.
arrested. They
Yes.
were taken out. This is fascism, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We have to start, of course we have to cover Trump and all his fucking horseshit. But we have to cover this fucking shit too.
Yeah.
Because wait a minute. You're going to tell me women whose children have died in a fucking mass shooting in Tennessee are not allowed to go to a public hearing in a courthouse in Tennessee and hold up a little sign saying, my kid was shot.
And says who?
And that's freedom of speech.
Says who?
That the
Old
amendment,
white men. Old white men. We got to get some women in charge down there. We got to get women in charge in
Everywhere.
the government down there and everywhere.
Everywhere.
Look at what's happening here in Michigan. I love being in Michigan
I
right
have a
now.
story about this.
The women
Hold
in charge
on,
in
hold on.
Michigan
Hold
are
on. I have a
rocking
story
it.
about this. Let's get to it. I still want to keep on the fact that these women were arrested. That is an infringement on their fucking First Amendment rights for protesting.
Protesters
You can
always get
bring
arrested,
no
yeah.
wait, hold on. You can bring
Yeah.
a goddamn gun in that fucking room, but you
Right.
can't bring a little 8x10 sign saying
Yeah.
my kid was shot because
That's
you
the
guys
bullshit.
won't do anything.
It's the bullshit rules that they fired the two black kids from their Congress, their state senate, their House of Representatives, right?
Fucker motherfuckers. So
I can see you're really upset about
I
this.
want to just finish this page so
Very
I can
appropriate,
move
Tony.
to the goddamn next page, and that
How
is
about
we
new?
have direct evidence linking the White House ties to the violence at the Capitol.
Email.
The video with Cheese Bro.
Everyone can
Cheese
read
Bro
later.
at the Capitol on 1-5 and 1-6 with Alex Jones.
Well,
He was
I
the
wrote it in an
architect
email,
of the
but I
fake
shook the
electors
tablet
plot.
really hard, so it
Literally,
erased it.
he was in in Georgia. He was under his thing that what he's charged of is for creating the fake electors plot in Georgia,
Yes,
and all together in all the 7 states. The 7.
but it started in Georgia. It's
Yeah.
spawned out from Georgia.
So that little fucktard Cheese
fungus.
Bro. Now we've got more dirt on him, and he's gonna go down.
Fucktard.
And I love seeing their goddamn fucking mugshots. It's goddamn beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, and Trump has spent $50 million on lawyer fees this year alone. $50 million.
This
And we're in
one
August.
case, they're saying that the average defendant in this case is going to spend $1 million per attorney
Yeah, and you got
over the course
got
of this.
like
And you have people that don't have $1
49
million.
people. You have 49 people, okay, who are co-conspirators. I said just like 50. I just rounded up to 50, right?
The price is wrong,
got-
bitch.
19 plus Trump, and then you've got 30 more unindicted co-conspirators. You got almost goddamn 50 people just in Georgia alone. What about in Michigan? What about in Wisconsin?
16.
What about in fucking Arizona? What about in
11,
Nevada?
18.
What about, do you know what I mean? This shit is coming
Nevada,
down,
I think
bitch.
Nevada's like 23.
It's
isn't
gonna
it?
be raining indictments.
Yeah.
Raining.
Nice, Diane.
Oh, it's pouring. Pouring.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it
They're
live.
so dirty, I can barely see them.
Now, just for fun for everybody, just a breakaway between little stories here as we talk about things. I came up with something that was a fun bit of history. Did you know where the name hangover comes from? It means that in the 14th to 16th century, when you were drinking at the pub, when you were so fucked up drunk that you couldn't pay your bill at the end of the night and you couldn't make your way home, they took you into a nearby alley where they had ropes hanging from each end, and they would hang you over the rope, and you would wake up hung over the rope. So you would wake up hung over, usually meaning that you feel like you're hung over. No, the other way. From like be hung over a rope like that, and then you wake up.
Under your armpits?
Sometimes under the waist, sometimes under the armpits. It depends on how tall they were. Yep. So that's where the term hangover comes from.
And where
One of
did
my
this
favorites.
start?
14th to 16th
In Europe?
century, all throughout Europe, yes, and Ireland. Yeah.
And Scotland?
Well, Scotland was part of the British Isle at that point, so yes.
Well, I don't know.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, great knowledge. Good to know.
So, fun little
Benny
tidbit
Loco in the house, bitches. Now
Hello,
we're on
Benny
fucking
Loco.
fire. Benny Loco's here.
We'll do it live.
That is a
Fucking
hell of an
love-
intro for
I
Benny
love
Loco.
Benny
And that
Loco.
Benny Loco deserves that intro. She's awesome. We love her.
Benny,
We'll do it live.
I love you,
Fuck
bitch.
it.
You are
Do it
my
live.
kind of
I'll
girl.
write it and we'll do it live.
You know, won't
Yeah,
do it live anymore.
I
Tom
wanted
Cruise.
to.
He
Okay,
quit Scientology.
again, I want to kind of blow through what
Nice
happened.
segue.
I want to cruise through what happened, earlier in the week, so we can really concentrate on what
Yeah.
happened the last couple fucking days, right?
Yeah.
So, Allison Gill on Miller, she wrote, when Legacy Media interviews Bill Barr, how come they never ask him about the federal judge finding he inappropriately redacted the Mueller report and hid Russian collusion, or why he killed the obstruction investigation with his secret OLC memo? Did they forget? Because I didn't, and that's Allison Gill.
Allison Gill knows, and so do we.
Yeah.
We know that he put it in his contract in that interview that he will not talk about certain topics, and he includes those topics.
But then, and none of the media will ask him about the shit.
Because he
How come
includes
the
it in
media
there.
doesn't be like, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that?
He won't come on the
Why'd
show
you
then.
suck his dick? And now, why'd you get out just before the insurrection? Oh, you fucktards. Barb McQuaid. It's appalling and not surprising that the Fulton County jurors are being threatened and harassed for indicting Trump. Disinformation generating outrage leads to political violence.
Why is Elon Musk walking free
Oh,
when
this motherfucker.
he's one of the formats where they were sharing their pictures and their home addresses?
I read a little bit of that
Whiskey
article.
Tango Foxtrot. I won't go on that
Did you
X
see the
bullshit
Rowan
anymore.
Farrow
Fuck you, Elon.
article?
That's
Did you
not
see the-
satire.
Did you see the Rowan Farrow article about Elon Musk?
I only saw the headline on it. I didn't read
Oh
it.
my God, dude.
He's solid, though.
You dig into this shit and you're like, Elon Musk has got the goddamn United States government by the ball sack.
Come out wherever you are.
It's fucking scary, man.
Saudis do whatever he wants to. The Saudis do whatever he
Scary,
wants.
man.
It's crazy.
Like everybody needs to read that article.
Crazy pill.
I read like 4 paragraphs, and I'm like, fuck.
I have a
I
really
need to really
satirical
concentrate
conspiracy
on
theory
this
about
article.
this. A really satirical conspiracy theory about this, which is that maybe Little Elo's, not a real person because like that name isn't real, Little Elo's papa, who maybe was in Africa and had some mines, found a bunch of stuff that is contraband from mines in Africa to be sold, and therefore used it in some black market method and ended up getting such an incredible fortune out of that they can't even report that he actually has governments wrapped around his finger. Because don't they say that there is something along the lines of $10.3 trillion somewhere that is not in currency around the globe? If you add up everything and you add up all the currency that's out there, there's a difference. There's a delta there.
No, what I know is that there is dark money, and the dark money is like
Yes.
a massive amount. It's so big, it's so huge, and it's all international.
Thank you.
And it's like fucking
And money is money.
They launder it through fucking these places like, I forget, like, not the
What do you need to
Cayman
launder now?
Islands
You just
or-
buy
Thank you very
Bitcoin
much.
and you
Oh
use
my
it on
god,
the
it's
dark
so
web.
crazy. Like there's no
It
handle
seems
on
like Bitcoin and things like that, electronic currency, it really seems like that was designed to be able to use on the dark web, to be able to buy people and to be able to buy fucked up shit that you want on the dark web. Whatever you
How
want,
about-
you can buy it.
Yeah. Child sex
Seriously
trafficking,
fucked up.
for fuck's sake. The drug
Adult
trade.
sex trafficking,
fucking
anything, yeah.
anything.
You could buy a donkey.
How about paying off a president of the United States?
Fucking thing sucks.
Well, now that's Giuliani. That's on the regular web. That's Giuliani.com.
Fucking shit.
I like how Tony didn't hit satire
I'm
on
so
that because that
goddamn
actually
tired
happened.
of these motherfuckers. And John Collins on
Nihilist.
Twitter says, there's never been a time when people who ban books are the good guys.
No.
Never.
No, and you remember when they started?
Never in history.
They started off by calling us, the left, the cancel culture, and they kept saying, "You're the cancel. This cancel culture needs to stop." That's what was the key phrase before woke, was cancel culture. You're cancel culture. You're cancel. But they're the ones canceling everything. What the fuck is the left canceled?
They want to cancel Barbie movies and M&Ms and fucking Mr. Potato Head.
The
and
left
Dr.
just said, "Don't
Seuss
support
and
racism,"
fucking
and that's it.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
And fucking
Yeah.
how many fucking things have they
Which,
tried
by
to
the
cancel
way,
in the last fucking 6 months alone?
Kid Rock was seen with a Bud Light just the other weekend,
Yeah,
so
you fucktard.
the boycott is over.
You
the
are
boycott
you
is
are-
over.
You are pure
After he shot the fucking.
douchery. Kid Rock, fuck you. We support Eminem.
That tastes just as good as
Fuck
it did
yeah.
before, regardless of what that dirtbag piece of shit says.
Coming from the basement of a fucking basement in Detroit.
That picture was from him on the plane after he shot the Bud Light.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So,
Oh, right
coming
after?
from
Wow.
Detroit, we have something to say about this shit, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, the funny thing is that he says he's from Detroit. He's
Fucking
not.
piece of shit.
He's
No,
not.
he's from a rich neighborhood,
Bob Ritchie.
Rochester Hills.
Yeah.
All right, we had a hurricane in Los Angeles, 100-degree ocean water temperatures in Florida.
Well, just before
hold
the
on,
hurricane,
hold
we had
on,
an
hold on.
earthquake, and I think the locust came in at 11 p.m. Had to get that joke in there. Thank you.
Canada is on fire, and the entire town in Maui burned down
Lahaina.
to the ground. But yeah, there's no climate change is a hoax. You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. You know what? Motherfuckers.
You know what's not going to help this?
Hold on. Let me get my fucking rant out.
Vent.
Jimmy Carter put fucking solar panels on the White House in the fucking 70s when I was a child.
Reagan tore him down.
Reagan tore him down. Gotta tear them woke. We gotta tear them woke solar panels down, and Jesus will save us.
What are we doing with these fucking things up
What
here? We
the
cooking,
fuck, you motherfuckers?
we cooking up there or what? I can't do eggs on that.
Motherfuckers.
It's on a fucking slant. I can't fucking cook shit up there. Get that shit off of there.
I seriously want to shake everybody who says climate change is
Son of a bitch.
hoax. We have been watching it our whole lives.
Hey, where are the white
We've been
women
watching
at?
it progressively get worse and worse and worse. And you think the kids don't see this? You think kids younger, I'm not a kid. But like the Gen Zers or whatever you want to call them. Younger kids see this shit and this has been dumped in their lap. When I see it as a kid, and Carter put solar panels on the White House when I was like 8, and Reagan took them fucking down, and fucking here we are. No. Canada's on fire, Maui's on fire, the fucking Northwest is on fucking fire.
Don't you think it's
We're
the
having
Jewish
floods.
space lasers that started them fires?
Yeah, those Jewish space lasers.
I'm serious. I'm serious about that because somebody said that about the Maui fire. Somebody said that the Maui fire was started by the Jewish space laser, by George Soros' space
Fucking
laser.
people believe it.
They're still sticking with
They're
the Jewish space
believing
laser.
it.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
in a cult.
Big time. Big time.
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
Snap out of it. What's the share? Where's my share drop, bitch? I want my share drop.
Snap out of it.
Yeah.
Snap out of it.
Well, something that's not going to help with any of this is Fukushima right now has decided that, and they've already started doing this.
How can you keep up with climate change when everything's on fire and making everything hotter anyway?
And Fukushima
You can't even do
just
anything
decided
about it.
that because of the earlier tsunami that took out the nuclear plant there, as they're rebuilding it, the wastewater that they have that they've been containing for a while, they're going to start releasing it into the ocean because they have no other way to contain it. And this started... We received news of this a couple of days ago, but this actually started last month.
Shut up!
So this has been going on.
Shut up!
Now, I personally have a personal goal in this life to try to get as many people turned on to the concept of desalinization, mass desalinization, as I possibly can. I'm going to preach it every single...
What's that?
Taking salt water from the sea and making it potable, making it drinkable.
Yeah, you talked about
On
it
a
last
mass
week.
scale. I talk about it all the time, and I'm going to continue to talk about it all the time because this is the most important thing that we can do as human beings right now.
Is to be able to make water drinkable.
Exactly. You're in a situation where Katrina comes through. None of that water you can drink. None of the water in their pools that they run into their faucets and stuff. None of that you can't drink it. The reservoirs. You can't drink any of that at that point after the hurricane runs through. It needs to be all filtered and taken care of. Whereas if you run desalinization right out of the ocean, you have almost an endless supply of water. You need this fresh, potable supply of water. We need to focus on this. It is a big thing. This just
what do we do with all
pushes
the
it further
pollutants and
for
all
me.
the garbage doesn't disappear.
Well, there's a couple of students who put together a robot that is actually out there swimming in the ocean that is taking that 1 by 2.5 mile garbage patch, and it's chewing away at the garbage patch. They have to be careful, though, because there's a new ecosystem that's developed on the garbage patch. So they only have to chew away on the outsides of it because there are animals and things living in there now. So we can't actually get rid of the whole thing anymore.
We can't get rid of the garbage to save the animals?
1 mile by 2 miles we can't get rid of. No. We're clipping about a half a mile off in all dimensions. But outside of that, we can't take it down to nothing.
Ships with no goddamn oil and gas in them and
to make fake reefs.
Make fake reefs for
That's what
fuck's
Australia's
sake.
doing. Australia's doing that with cars. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm dumb and I don't know anything, but
You're not dumb. You just said exactly what Australia's doing with cars.
For fuck's sake.
Drop!
You know better than what's going on with all these Republicans out there, for fuck's sake, right now.
Because I am
They're saying
not
nothing's going on.
one of your fans!
I don't even know where. How about the woman in California who was murdered for fucking having a pride flag outside of her business this week?
She has 9 kids.
9 kids,
Jeez.
married, in her 60s, just an ally, not even gay herself,
Yeah.
but just targeted for having a fucking pride flag. You fucking Nazi fucktards.
How crazy do you have to be in your own mind to kill somebody over flying a flag?
This story fucking makes me so fucking angry I can't
Yeah.
even begin.
It's all that wrestling
It makes me want to
mentality.
walk around in fucking rainbows. Fuck you.
It's all that wrestling mentality that they've been doing for years and years.
No, it's stochastic terrorism.
That's the wrestling mentality. Yeah.
Wrestling mentality is too weak. It's stochastic terrorism.
But it explains where it starts and where they get people inundated with it. They start it with wrestling. They get you inundated to that. They get you inundated to the idea that you have to be like, you have to be an asshole to your enemy. And suddenly we don't have political opponents anymore. We have political enemies.
Tony
and that's
Michael
a problem.
says we are in between the world of worldwide wrestling and fucking
and
reality.
Jerry Springer, yeah, that's what I've always
it's like,
said.
No, I refuse to give it up to wrestling. This is stochastic terrorism. Call it what it is.
Says nah.
It is stochastic terrorism.
Computer says nah.
Fuck you. You'd be like, nice, Diane. It should be. It should be.
Nice, Diane.
It should be.
Computer
It should
says
be.
nah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Come out, wherever you
Damn
are.
assholes. No.
Zero
That's exactly what it
point
is. These.
zero.
How long has the right been going on? Oh, the transgender and the gays and they're all trying to indoctrinate your kids and bing and this, that, and the other thing. And now the next thing you know, a woman of 9 fucking kids is dead.
Worse than that. That's terrible. That's horrible. But along the same lines, I'm going to say, not worse than that, the same lines, was in Kansas. There was a newspaper that ran
this
articles,
story. I
several
know what you're
articles
talking
about the police and about how the police were a-holes in that area and how they were incompetent. The police somehow decided that they had illegal evidence at
And the
the...
sheriff was trying to cover up his fucking
So they
pedophilia
raid.
and his affairs. And the judge was trying to cover up her
Really?
DUIs.
Okay, so they raided the newspaper. They also raided the
Because
newspaper
the
owners'
newspaper was
homes.
going to report on all of it.
And one of these homes was
That's a true
the
fucking
home
story.
of a 95-year-old woman who was living in an assisted living home. And as you see this video,
It's actually a trailer, but yeah.
you see her coming through. Well, it's a trailer that's part of an assisted living community. They check in on her twice a day. They have somebody to check in on her. But you see her coming through, and she's hitting him with the walker. Get out of my way. I want to see what he's doing. You know, she's a little spitfire, and good for her. But the problem is that she was, 95 years old, and she passed away the next day because the strain and the stress didn't go away, and it didn't stop. And that was just too much for her. I mean, these guys came in and treated her like they were busting into a crack house. And if you want to talk about cops being drunk on a thimble full of power, you need to seek out this video and you need to watch it. It is absolutely disgusting for human beings to be able to treat like that.
I love her son who's just like, this is... And then they had... Another judge said... Repealed the whole thing, made them give it all
was
their
on their
shit
side.
back,
They had to get all their shit back.
And now
Yes.
there's like
Yes.
an investigation. Oh
Yes.
yeah, because they're gonna be fucking held.
There's a state
accountable.
investigation
God
against
damn
the
it.
police department.
I
now.
want
Yep.
people being held accountable.
For being drunk on a thimbleful of power like those assholes.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tired of this shit.
Absolutely.
Tired of it. You know? I just...
I've had enough, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
When that motherfucker, we had video of that motherfucker kneeling on his neck, and we have the shots being fired by the dudes from the truck.
And what have we actually changed nationally?
No, it's, and then you have this. What are you? You have no right to do this.
Well, we fucking changed.
The federal government has to step in and be like, excuse me? Fucking what?
Darkness.
You are stepping on everybody's free fucking speech in the goddamn press. This is not how we roll in the United States of America, motherfucker.
And literally,
unless they talking bad
There
about me,
is
because
such
I don't want them
thing
talking
as
bad
called
about me.
the
They gotta
freedom
play
of
fucking ball,
the
you know.
press.
They gotta play fucking ball.
And if you, even if you're the sheriff and you're the head judge in fucking town, and you're both corrupt as fuck, and you're both fucking around.
Tony, do we have banjo
You should
music?
not drink and bake.
Goddamn motherfuckers.
You should not drink and bake.
Raw Deal.
You should not drink and bake.
Raw Deal has one of my favorite lines of all time. You got to go deeper into
Wow.
that.
Come in
Hold
there
on.
and wash your dick for
Really quick. Later in that film, Tony, you got to get the drop that says, one of these days you're going to wake up dead.
where you going? Nowhere.
It's so stupid. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing, isn't it?
This was my mind talking.
The Hotel Belafonte says.
T-O-P-L-E-S-S.
Mother.
T-O-P-L-E-S-S. T-O-P-L-E-S-S.
F-tard.
T-O-P-L-E-S-S.
F-tard. Mother... F-tard.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.